What's going on, guys? Mike here with Horror Junkies for our first ever video. And I just feel like I need to catch up with some stuff. You know what I mean? I've been thinking about for a while what to do as a channel, and I love horror movies, as you can tell. Just look behind me. This whole room is full of horror memorabilia, collectibles. Um, so I just figured I'd do a horror channel. I know there's a lot of them out there, and there's a lot of good ones out there, and I follow a lot of people on YouTube who pretty successful. So I'm gonna try my best to keep up or beat everybody else. You know. I got to put my input on this Halloween Ends movie that's coming up in October. It's a big deal. Everybody that's anybody has their theory on this movie, and I have my own. And it's probably not one that a lot of people want to hear or is going to like, but I'm just going to put my 2 cents in, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't, and maybe it makes sense. To me, it does, just because of past things that I've seen. So, before I get into this video, though, I would appreciate you guys if you would subscribe to this channel, hit the thumbs up button, comment, let me know exactly what you guys want to see out of this channel that nobody else does. If you can do that, I can definitely promise to do my best at answering everybody's questions and actually putting out the best videos that I could possibly put out. The competition is tough, and I know it is, and I got a lot of knowledge when it comes to horror movies. And Halloween is one of my favorite, if not overall my most favorite. It's close to another one, but we're going to get into this video, and I'm going to tell you guys my theory. Now, there's a lot of them floating out there, and there's a lot of them that make sense. Some of them are really good, and some of them you just watching and you're just like, I don't see why you see that. But everybody's different. Everybody has their own opinion, and everybody's going to put it out there because they think they know what's going on. But at the end of the day, we all don't know. It's just speculation. This is what we think might happen, or just giving our input on what we see that could lead it to that ending, or it is what it is. So my theory is, and it starts in Halloween 2018, is there's a lot of Easter eggs, but the one Easter egg that sets out to me that is in 2018 and Halloween Kills is the Silver Shamrock mask. They've made it a point to have all three of those masks in both movies. They've showed the Silver Shamrock symbol on those masks. Okay, so there's people saying, "Oh, they're gonna tell or explain what makes Michael Myers do what he does." And a lot of people's pissed off about that. They don't want to see that. And some people do. Some people don't. A lot of people's going to be pissed off if they show exactly what makes him do what he does, or if they explain why he does what he does. But this is my theory. The radio tower has been a big thing. They first showed it in Halloween Kills. and they showed it a lot. And now it's a big deal. They're making it a huge deal on Halloween Ends. So my theory is that we're going to find out that the radio tower is part of the Silver Shamrock Company, and they're controlling Michael Myers, and his mask is actually a Silver Shamrock mask. Now, through all the movies, you've never noticed the Silver Shamrock symbol on his mask, but who's to say it's not on the inside? They could bring that into play. So I believe that in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, you see little kids wearing a mask and it kills them. But maybe this is after the fact, and that's the one mask that they got right. That's the one mask that actually worked. I believe that if it's done correctly, it could work. It's definitely better than the alternate that there's other things out there that people are saying that at the end of this, Laurie's going to wake up and it's all a dream. I would rather see the Silver Shamrock Company be a part of this movie than to, at the end of this movie, it be a dream. That's going to piss a lot of people off. So I believe that if they do the Silver Shamrock thing and bring Halloween 3 into it, and if they do it correctly, it could work. And if you think about it, just think about it for a second. If you think about it, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, is the only Halloween movie that doesn't have a timeline. So they could actually bring this in and make it work. And then that way, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, it makes it part of the Halloween franchise. And right now it's not. And if you think about it, everybody says, well, Halloween 3 had nothing to do with Michael Myers. But if you paid attention correctly, the guard shack, there's a guard in the guard shack. He's watching Halloween. But let's just say he's not really watching the movie. Let's just say, because you see Michael Myers on the screen, let's just say that they're monitoring Michael Myers. So that kind of makes a little bit of sense. They could bring that into play where the guard is watching, he's monitoring Michael Myers and what he does. So let's just say that's one of the scenarios that could come into play. It would make a little bit more sense, and if it's done correctly, it would be better than Laurie waking up at the end of the movie and it's just all a dream. To me, the dream thing is going to suck. If that's what happens, it's going to suck. They could probably do it in a fashion that it'll work. But let's just face it. They're trying to end the franchise, or this trilogy at least, because we all know if Michael Myers dies, which nobody wants to see, nobody believes it's going to happen. If he does die, let's just say he does die. Years down the road, they're going to bring him back. They're gonna enter a new timeline, and it's going to be a completely different thing. And maybe that's what it needs. Maybe they need to kill him off, because honestly, for me, I wouldn't mind seeing him die completely, be done. And Laurie rides off, and she becomes happy and lives a normal life. If that's the case, years down the road, they're going to reboot it. They're going to enter another timeline, and it's it. It's too big of a moneymaker for them to actually completely do away with the franchise. They're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. As much as it's going to piss everybody off, and honestly, it shouldn't, because how many Halloween movies is there? How many timelines is there in this movie? There's a bunch. And they'll just keep doing it. As long as this movie makes money, they're just going to keep making more. So whether he dies or he lives, there's other scenarios out there where that I've heard that Allison's going to kill Jamie at the end. Who knows? That's another one. Allison kills Laurie. That's one I've heard. Another one that I've heard is Allison kills Michael and the evil transfers to her. There's so many things that could work in so many different ways that who knows? Nobody's going to be happy with the ending. There's going to be people pissed off because it didn't end the way they thought it should end. And there's going to be other people that loved it no matter what they did, just because it's a Halloween movie. But it's always going to be rebooted. It's going to happen. As long as it makes money, they're going to keep making them, no matter what. So, mad or not, it is what it is. And I do believe that it's not the end of Halloween by any means. Allison can take over for Laurie. That's another scenario that's been brought up, that she's gonna take over the franchise and she's gonna be the next Laurie Strode. You know what I mean? And it's possible. It's highly possible. So we just have to wait till October, we possibly will get a trailer soon. We got a tiny tease of one, but most of the trailer was from the original Halloween movie in 2018 and Kills, and then the very last scene was from Ends, and it was her and Michael in a kitchen fighting. He slams her face into a glass cabinet, and at the end of the trailer, she's standing over top of him with a knife in his face or whatever, and then they cut it off. So who's to say? There's a lot of people saying, okay, well that's going to probably be at the beginning of the movie, and the movie's going to take off at the end of Halloween Kills, and she's going to go to his house or wherever he's at, and they're going to have his fight at the beginning of the movie, and then they're going to do their 4-year time jump. Nobody knows. It's speculation. It could be the end of the movie. It could be the middle of the movie. It could be the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie makes sense. It really does. But there's people saying, oh, okay, well, he's dwelling in a cave because there's that cave dweller thing, and nobody knows. I'd like to see them do something different from him getting captured and then him escapes, because that's been the thing through every Halloween movie. That's the thing. He gets captured. He's sitting in a mental institution, and all of a sudden he escapes. Somehow he's getting transferred or whatever. How it happens. I'd like to see a little something different from that, but it is what it is. It's that running thing that this franchise has done over the years. Maybe it's going to be like H2O, and he's just been gone for so many years and nobody knows where he's at, and then all of a sudden he pops up again. Maybe it'll be that again. Who knows? Hopefully they give a little more backstory to that, but we don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll get another glimpse of something if they release a better trailer, which I do believe is going to come. The less they show in a trailer, the better the movie experience is going to be when in October when it comes out. But, they're not going to go that route. They've always done a lot when it comes with trailers, and they're gonna release trailer after trailer after trailer, and every trailer is gonna be a little bit different. So we'll have to see, and then there's other, then everybody's gonna make another video as soon as the trailer drops, and they're gonna give their, people's speculations may change. Oh, okay, well now I think he's gonna do this, but I think that the Silver Shamrock company is going to come into this franchise. I do believe they're going to somehow, some way, if they don't do it 100%, I believe somehow, some way they're going to make that part of this movie. It could work if they do it correctly. It may, for those people who want to know why he does what he does or what makes him do what he does, they'll get their explanation if that's what they do. I'm not saying it's what they're going to do. That's just me guessing. That's just what I see from what direction that they could. That's one of the directions they could go. So that's going to be it for this video. And like I said, please leave that comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give me what you think may happen and what may not happen. Let me know if you like this video. This is Horror Junkies. Until next time, I'm out.